Infotainment, a basket for arts and entertainment. Ugamva sasi jonji gulira. Ndekuti nkhani za msanguluso zabwera. Tikuzeni kuti kunali chani nkhani za msanguluso komanso kukhalenso chani nkhani za msanguluso. In this edition, call him Dr. Namadingo. We've got a story on Patience Namadingo being honored with an honorary doctorate degree. So you can call him Dr. Namadingo. All you can do is just stay right there because we'll talk about that. And again, Kungoni Arts Center, all the way from Mua in Dedza, spearheaded by Father Claude Boucher, popularly known as Achisale. They are in Blantyre at Jacaranda Cultural Center to hold an art exhibition. An exhibition which has got over 30 pieces. So you can make a date with that. And again, we look at Lily Banda, an actress and musician who has been listed among the change makers. All you can do is stay right there as I bring you more in Infotainment, a basket for arts and entertainment. And my name is Sam Banda Jr. Now, we begin our program with news that the country's musician, Patience Namadingo, last Saturday was honored by University of South Africa, who conferred upon him a doctorate, an honorary doctorate degree. So you can call him Dr. Namadingo. A very good thing for him, especially that he's been trending with several humanitarian projects which he's been working on. Recently, he came out and assisted one of the musicians who was diagnosed of cancer, and that's William Kachikamba. William Kachikamba is currently in Zambia, where he's receiving medical attention. And this saw Patience Namadingo going on a fundraising drive where he stood as a statue that's in Blantyre, and he raised so much money to make sure that William Kachikamba goes to Zambia for treatment. And recently, he also donated a motorbike to Chendo Health Center that's in Chitipa with support from KK Motors. And those are some of the projects he's been working on, and that has earned him this honorary doctorate degree from University of South Africa, that's UNISA. We have a report on that.
My running mate, hey, Mapulani Yaga, hey, 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 Mapulani, hey, hey, Ati, hey, Mapulani, Ati, hey, Mapulani, baby, I want you to Mapulani.
University of South Africa, UNISA, on Saturday conferred Patience Namadingo with an honorary doctorate degree during the university's graduation in Pretoria, South Africa. You can now call the musician Dr. Namadingo. UNISA has recognized Namadingo with a doctorate degree for his humanitarian efforts in Malawi for the people of Malawi. Namadingo, who has been trending of late with several projects aimed at assisting the needy, received the honorary degree in South Africa. Namadingo said there were no procedures bypassed, no favors asked, and no one disadvantaged for him to earn the honorary doctorate degree.
Zikuoneka ngati antu oyipa achuluka kuposa akwino.
Yeah, that's Dr. Namadingo. You can call him Dr. Namadingo. Now, moving on, actress and musician Lily Banda has been listed among the change makers in Africa. She's done quite a lot. She starred in a movie done by Chiwetel Ejiofor, and that's The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. And it's quite amazing to see that she's part of the list of the change makers, especially representing Malawi. We have a report on that.
Achatea atua kumwamba tiko yamekani ndi madalisi amenemo apatsa banja lake chonde titande zeni komeni ankondo kuti tikonjetse mavuto atu muzina la Yesu.
Amen. Pera. Muzapanga zinthu zazikulu zomwe sitinaganizire kuti yatikana angapanga.
The country's renowned actress and musician Lily Banda has made the list of Africa 35.35 annual list of the most inspiring young people. The list has seen 35 young change makers from Africa and diaspora hailing from 24 countries, making it to the list of the Africa 35.35 awards celebrating African youth and Afro-diaspora excellence. A press statement says the Africa 35.35 awards are happy to unveil a prestigious list of 35 young personalities aged 18 to 35 who stand out in Africa and around the world, and among them is Banda. Banda, who recently spiced up Netherlands-based model Mabel Banda's lingerie launch in Lilongwe, said she was excited to be part of the list. A committed singer and actress, Banda is not new in the world of art, as she played Aicha Konache in season 2 of the British television series Deep State. Banda also starred in Chiwetel Ejiofor's film The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which was shot in Kasungu district. She plays Annie Kamkwamba, a sister to William Kamkwamba. This is a Netflix film, one of the top 3 most watched movies in Africa.
Yeah, that's Lily Banda. They are listed among the change makers in Africa. A very good thing, especially for Malawi, representing Malawi. Remember, you're watching Infotainment, a basket for arts and entertainment, and my name is Sam Banda Jr. Now, continuing with our program, Vincent Malua, an actor as well as cultural specialist, is out with a workshop, an international workshop. He got funding from the U.S. Embassy after attending one of the sessions, that's the International Visitor Leadership Programs, that's in the United States of America in 2018. And when he came back, he decided to apply for a grant, having seen how the trains are going in the United States of America. He saw to it that there is a gap in Malawi, and he needed to put up workshops to make sure that they share ideas. So it was launched last weekend in Lilongwe at Mad Sock Theatre, where musician Soja Lucius Banda launched the whole workshop. So it comes down to Blantyre, and it will take place at Blantyre Cultural Center, and then from there it will move to Mzuzu. So there's been quite an overwhelming response, especially with the launch in Lilongwe, and now holding another session that's at Blantyre Cultural Center this weekend, and then the next weekend they'll move to Mzuzu. So we caught up with Vincent Malua to tell us more about the workshop and how key it is the workshop and why he decided to put up the workshop. Let's hear from Vincent Malua.
Being in the industry for quite a long time now, there were some gaps and issues that I saw that needed like deliberate policies or deliberate initiatives and programs to really make ends meet. So instead of sitting back, joining the bandwagon, complaining about the status of our creative industry and how it is not really supported and given the attention it deserves, I thought of coming up with an idea that could possibly benefit the entire creative system ecosystem in Malawi. So in 2018, the US government sent me to America through the International Visitor Leadership Program. It was basically on arts. So after interacting with a lot of creatives in the US, from the 6 states that I went into, I hatched up this idea. So I said, when I go back to Malawi, this is what I'm going to do. I found very interesting how they do their business in the US, especially in the creative sector. So I thought maybe taking a lesson or two into our setting here could possibly benefit. And I put up a proposal, shared with the American Embassy, and they accepted. And here we are. I'm up and running this project across the country. I'm targeting 150 creatives with an interface kind of workshops, and with a lot more than that through the booklet that we're going to create after this project. A demand, a huge demand, because after we sent the call for applications, we wanted 150 creatives across the country. But I'm telling you, we received a record number of applications. And that alone should tell us that these kind of programs are very relevant and artists are hungry for it. So in Lilongwe, the turnout was very good. We had a lot of participants. They exceeded the expected number. And even others wanted to join without even necessarily going through the application processes. And we expect the same here, because people that missed the Lilongwe sessions, they've been calling, asking if they could come to Blantyre on their cost just to attend this session. And we're already afraid, because it's going to blow. The numbers are going to be huge here than even in Lilongwe. No, actually, we have started. We have just started. This would be like a continued program. This was our maiden edition. We should have yet another edition, possibly in 2021, all things constant. And with the pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic that left most of us creatives stranded and stuck, it should be like a good starting point for us to relaunch our careers come 2021, after learning a thing or two about intellectual property rights, issues of creating market links and marketing responsibly, in general, the business side of talent. So yeah, we'll continue this in the years coming. Just to thank our sponsors, the American Embassy in Malawi, for giving us the grant to prepare these workshops and present it to the people across the country. And our partners, CMED, Malawi Censorship Board, Department of Arts, Copyright Society of Malawi through the APMC office. Yeah, and everyone else who took part in the preparations and making this thing happen, and even to the media partners.
Well, they are telling us more about the international cultural workshop that he's holding. It started in Lilongwe, as I said, and then moving to Blantyre, and then they'll be moving to Mzuzu. A very good thing, especially for arts practitioners, to learn one or two things, issues to do with intellectual property rights, issues to do with marketing, content, something like that. We need to improve from where we are and move to the next level. As I said, you're watching Infotainment, a basket full of arts and entertainment, and my name is Sam Banda Jr. Now, continuing with our program, Jacaranda Cultural Center in Blantyre closed for events. That's in March this year due to COVID-19 pandemic, and actually the venue is yet to hold performances because they are still working on modalities on how they can go about it. But then they've opened up for classes. They are doing French lessons as well as Chichewa lessons, and now they've opened for exhibitions. So they have an art exhibition coming up this weekend, and it starts on Saturday and it will run up to January. So this exhibition is coming from Kungoni Arts Center, spearheaded by Father Claude Boucher, popularly known as Achisale. So there are a lot of pieces which will be exhibited in there, and there is a theme to that. There is a theme to the exhibition. Basically, when Father Claude Boucher and arts practitioners from Moore, when they do art exhibition, they basically come up with a theme, a lot of issues to talk about: the environment, political scene, the country itself, so many issues which they are discussing through the pieces which they are showing. Let's hear from Luke Disha, that's the Jacaranda Cultural Center director, who tells us more about the exhibition.
From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. we have this big event at Jacaranda Cultural Center and Maison La France in Blanc-Top, Mandala. It's an exhibition called The Elephant Does Not Forget, an exhibition of wooden sculptures by the artists from Kungoni Center of Art and Culture at Moua Mission, spearheaded by Father Boucher at Chisale. And it's a magnificent exhibition, I have to say, really high level of artistic skills featured by these almost 25 different artists. Actually, I have the poster here, I can show you. This is the poster of all the artists who are participating in this exhibition. And we have some really famous artists like Thomas Pira, who is right here, who has pieces around the world from Kongoni arts. And some very young people, as you can see on the photos, who are making amazing sculptures. So we'll have this poster tomorrow and people can see on the labels of the sculptures who did the work, and they can come and see the photos as well. It's always nice to realize who's doing the work behind these beautiful sculptures. We also have a few ladies, women from the Moua villages, communities, who have done pieces. For instance, I can show you one piece done by a lady. It's a handbag made with banana leaves and the bird's eyes seeds, we call them here. And it's called the butterfly's bag because you have wooden butterflies, you know, and it's made out of banana leaves, which is really amazing and beautiful. That's one of the pieces of the exhibition. We also have another piece which I didn't bring, you'll see it at the center tomorrow, Jacaranda Cultural Center, curtain made of different color beads, and it's symbolizing harmony, you know, of Malawi with the different tribes, different people of Malawi, which is beautiful. To stay on the theme of the arts, we have here a piece called Cod Sangala, our mentor. And as you know, Cod is a very famous artist in Malawi and a very good friend of Jacaranda Cultural Center. So this piece is symbolizing, is highlighting the fact that artists are very important. And that even in times of difficulties in the country or rejoicing in the country, even in our personal times, it can be happy times or sad times, we all have ups and downs in our lives, or busy times, art remains very, very important, and the artists should be heard, and they have messages to spread. And here's a young artist from the Moua community who did that, and you know, he's listening to Cod's songs on the radio, and this has meaning to him, and it's important to him. So he felt, you know what, everybody is listening to these artists, and they're very important people, because they're speaking to us directly through their music. So that's an interesting piece, and Cod will be able to see himself. Art reflects also what's happening in society, and here we have an interesting piece called Patient Consultation During Corona Time. And here we see the doctor seeing a patient, and the doctor is wearing a mask made out of wood, of course. So it's certainly the first sculpture in Malawi reflecting on COVID-19 time in the country. So it's very interesting to see that artists are really commenting current events. We also have a lot of pieces, I didn't bring any today because they are larger, talking about the elections process last year and the Constitutional Court decision for Malawians to go back to elections and the new presidential elections that took place. Very, very interesting pieces reflecting about it, and on the voting day, on the news spreading. There's one where you hear someone there's a piece where you have a young man on the radio listening intently, like we all did on the results of waiting for the results of the elections.
Yeah, that was Luke Desha from Jacaranda Cultural Center, the director, telling us more about the Kungoni Arts Center exhibition happening at Jacaranda Cultural Center, and it will run up to January. So many pieces to be sampled, so you can make a way to Jacaranda Cultural Center for you to sample everything. From there, we move on to the most popular dance competition at the moment, Kachikamba, spearheaded by Times Group through Times Television. We are now going into the third elimination show where 10 groups will be performing, and then on the very same day 5 groups which performed in the second elimination stage will be evicted. The grand finale of Kachikamba season 4 will take place on December 19, 2020, and what we are saying is that the winner walks away with 1 million kwacha, on second position 400,000 kwacha, and on third position 150,000 kwacha. Now we'll give you the highlights of what happened basically last weekend when the second elimination show was taking place, when 5 groups were evicted from the first elimination show. So let's take a look at what happened during the second elimination show. That's how it was during the second elimination show, which took place at Times Entertainment Studio, that's in Blantyre. And we have the third elimination show coming up this weekend, so you can make a date with that. And Buchi will be spicing up the event. Last weekend it was physics, and now Buchi will be spicing up the whole event. Now to some AOBs. Film Association of Malawi has received a grant from the Ambassadors Fund through the United States Embassy. So artists are actually benefiting basically from all that. And again, this weekend there is the Musicians, Organizers and Volunteer Exchange Weekend, which will take place in Lilongwe. So the climax is on Sunday, where different performances will take place at Chingarire Rural Growth Center, that's in Lilongwe, and this place is managed by musician Bain Mankamba. So there will be Skefa Chimoto performing, Blaze will be performing, But the idea is to bring together the alumni from the musicians, organizers, and volunteer exchange program. And this program has seen a lot of artists going to different countries, some of them in Norway, in Brazil, as well as in Mozambique, where they do laying a lot to do with different creative issues, music, drama, theater, and all that. So when they come back home, they come back equipped, and they also share ideas to various players out there. So you can make a date with the movie alumni weekend this weekend in Lilongwe happening, and there will be also election of office bearers, basically, for the movie alumni association, which is spearheaded by Music Crossroads Malawi, led by Mr. Matthews Mfune. And again, for those who love music, Nyasa Music Group is bringing Caspar Nyovesta. This is the third time he'll be performing in the country. He also performed some years back in 2015. He performed at College of Medicine in Blantyre, and then he also performed at the Ovation Fusion Festival. That's in 2017, and this is the third time he'll be performing next month at Barbecues in Blantyre. We'll give you more details as we go. On that note, we've come to the very end of Infotainment, a basket for arts and entertainment. I hope you've enjoyed a selection of different stories I brought unto you. But I'll leave you with a performance coming from Stonard, the late Stonard Lungu's son. That's Mundelanji Lungu. And he basically stars with young Stones. They'll be missing on the ground, but they say they're still active, and they'll continue doing their best in terms of journeying or giving the music or promoting the music that was left by their father, the late Stonard Lungu. My name is Sam Banda Jr. Keep on watching TTV, Times Television, and this program, of course, Infotainment. I'm Sam Banda Jr. I'm out of here. Ciao.
Munasira jobaya, hari jobaya, bambo hari jobaya, ngatiga, pale wangawe, kuruzera, inu munasira jobaya, ngatigumba, adafutika eka, okugwira ntchito, padali bewe nawaja namuthandiza iye, adafutika eka, okugwira ntchito, padali bewe nawaja namuthandiza iye, muyeni tulanda na muyeni. Lana na madira yoba yanga ligumba. Mangidero hanovo akune uri akuteka chabe kuti kakrai zitalifuta munyengo imene mwapano mangide akuchitika ndithu. Pamwepo tikutulutsa bamwe kuchita kuti ensozi komanso tikhale tikuyenda kupanga kuti tiyimbe nyimbo zimene zimwe zatutsazi kuti anthu azidziwe komanso as of now tafuma band, full band. If you remember my title, mangwena ndigirayi ndigwiritsa kwamanopo ti anyamata tonse tafuma band iyo andikusowa kuti alikili kuti tani tikaende band yathu tikwenda mumashow anthu tidzimba za nyimbo zathuzi komanso ndi zamatalazo. Ngati gulu anthu tikawuza kuti music sinasinthe imene ili mudza and feel tabulisa music inene yachimalayifa kuyimba kusokonekera kwambiri kati mudaona anthu ambiri akuyimba nyimbo zakunja amene pure music yawo yachimalawi sakutani sakumbifere wakuzama malawi kuti young stones izikupatsira nyimbo zakalekale zimwe mazikonda zidzazi zimwe amayimba mpumudziko. Yolasa, hari yolasa, bambo hari yolasa, ngati ngumba. Munachira yolasa, hari yolasa, bambo hari yolasa, ngati ngumba. Fundo lori mazozi zimafuna ndalama eti. Koma nkhani lori ndalama ndimene mavuta fa topangati kama host oyimba nzathu mene lalipire komanso ma equipment adza zambiri zofunikira zomwe zimakhala pamene ngati machezi mati alipire nde monga ngati bandi mudzakuti stones ilibe promoter timazipangira paroka nde zinativuta kuti tipange mzaka ziwiri zimenezi maondo kuti akhalibe mene amatipatsira support akhalibe azitiona amene amaonera bandalaja nyimbo zomwe amamvera zilipobe zikupitirira and ndikuti tendero chonchi. Kodi mwarana chimwene utamanga kabudwali manjai. Kodi mwarana chimwene utamanga kabudwali manja. Kazi wa mwini nditenjalasi. Kazi wa mwini nditenjalasi. Akakugwira iwe akupweteka. Akakugwira iwe akupweteka.